Unit 3, our human body. Cleanliness of our surroundings. Which room do you like? Why? It is said that cleanliness is next to godliness. Personal hygiene. Brush your teeth as you get up in the morning and before you go to sleep at night. Follow regular toilet habits. Have a bath daily to clean the dust and perspiration from your body. Clean and wash your hair. See that there are no lice in your hair. Always wear fresh, clean undergarments. Clothes should be clean and freshly ironed. This will make you look smart. Your shoes should be clean and polished. Trim your fingernails as well as toenails regularly. Use a nail cutter. Never use a blade or a knife, as you may cut yourself. Cleanliness in the classroom. Do not tear paper and throw it on the floor. Throw waste paper in the waste paper basket only. Throw your pencil shavings and other wastes in the waste paper basket. Cleanliness in the school canteen. Does your school canteen look like this after recess? Yes or no? You should follow these rules to keep the canteen clean. Throw leftovers from your plate into the dustbin, taking care that no bits of food are left on the plate. Rinse the plate in the sink and keep it in the place meant for dirty dishes. Keep the empty soft drink bottle in the bucket or on a tray. See that the table where you have had your food is clean. These are good manners. Cleanliness of public places. We all like a clean environment. Do we want somebody else to clean up the mess that we have made? No. It is our responsibility to keep a place clean. Keeping your neighborhood clean. Good and healthy food is not enough to keep us healthy. We must live in a clean environment or surroundings. Let us see what happens if our surroundings or the locality we live in are not clean. This is a fly. It has hairy legs. When it sits on garbage, germs stick to its legs. When the same fly sits on your freshly cooked nutritious food, it leaves the germs on the food. These germs can cause diseases like gastroenteritis, cholera, and typhoid. If rainwater collects in puddles around your house, mosquitoes will lay eggs in this stagnant water. The number of mosquitoes will increase. we can get malaria, dengue, and sometimes yellow fever when mosquitoes bite us. Waste disposal. We produce a large amount of waste in our homes, offices, factories, and schools. Animals also produce waste. Wastes are of two types: solid waste, liquid waste. Solid wastes. In our homes, we generate waste in our kitchens like fruit and vegetable peels, leftover food, etc. We also throw away glass and plastic bottles, jars, papers, plastics, polythene bags, etc. The natural waste items produced from plants and animals are biodegradable, which means that they decay and become a part of the soil. Some man-made waste items either take a very long time to become a part of the soil or never become a part of the soil. These waste items are non-biodegradable. The waste produced from natural things can be converted into compost, a manure which fertilizes the soil. The man-made solid waste can be recycled and reused. Liquid wastes. The liquid waste that is produced in our homes, kitchens, bathrooms, and factories. It is often emptied either into the rivers or in the sea. This causes water pollution. Liquid waste should first be treated so that harmful germs, chemicals, and other hazardous substances present in them are destroyed. Then it should be emptied into rivers and seas. Let us keep our surroundings clean. Stop garbage from piling up. Stop water from stagnating. See that water does not collect in old tires, planters, etc. Let's save our environment. We should not use polythene bags as these choke drains pollute the soil and are harmful to animal and plant life. We should use cloth bags for shopping. We should accept minimum packing material like polythene bags, paper bags from the shopkeeper.